I request Dr. Aarti Gerald, our guest speaker, to kindly come on stage. Can we have a round of applause for ma'am? Confucius once said, and I quote, "Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life," unquote. A very good morning to one and all present here today. Something we always hear people say is, we all grew up so fast. Yes, we indeed did. We grew up fast, just a few years, and we're at adulthood, looking to empower ourselves and the world around us. One day, we're all in school learning addition and subtraction, and the next day, we're all ready to start a new chapter of working somewhere. And in between all the challenges that life throws at each one of us, finding a career is certainly not an easy one. So, hoping to make your journey of choosing a career a little bit easier, the St. Joseph Orthodox Syrian Church SJOSC OCYM is happy to bring before you PATHFINDERS, a career guidance workshop aiming at empowering young minds for a successful future. I now invite the SJOSC choir to lead us with a prayer song. I request everyone to kindly stand. I now invite Ms. Ansa and Shibu to welcome the gathering.
A very warm and heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you gathered here today. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to this career guidance workshop where knowledge and opportunities converge to illuminate the path to a successful future. We are gathered here today with a shared purpose to explore the realm of possibilities that lie ahead and to equip ourselves with the tools necessary to navigate the ever-evolving landscape of careers and professions. Whether you're a student on the cusp of making critical educational decisions, a professional seeking to switch tracks or enhance skills, or simply someone seeking guidance on the next steps in your journey, this workshop is designed with you in mind. I welcome Very Reverend Father T.K. Thomas, Chorepiscopa, Vicar of St. Joseph Orthodox Syrian Church, and Deacon Melvin Raju. Now, I welcome Dr. Aarti Gerald, career mentor, college entry advisor, and student startup enthusiast. She has over 25 years of experience in the higher education space and is passionate about experiential learning. For over a decade, as part of a Silicon Valley-based nonprofit, she has worked with leading academicians from institutes across the globe, such as Stanford, Columbia University, London Business School, and Babson, to adopt their best practices in entrepreneurship education. She has designed and delivered several student leadership programs, mentor development programs, and educator development courses offered to thousands of students and faculty in global geographies. She has founded TINA in USA and an immersion in India with a vision to institutionalize career readiness in youth through proven career mentoring practices from global academic communities. I welcome Mr. Thomas Phillip, Secretary of St. Joseph Orthodox Syrian Church, Mr. Matthew Thomas, Trustee of St. Joseph Orthodox Syrian Church, Ms. Donna, Secretary of MGOCISM and OCYM of SJOSC Unit, and parents, teachers, and students. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. May this workshop be a catalyst for new insights, meaningful connections, and the confidence to shape your own path. Thank you.
Thank you, Ansa. I invite our Vicar, Very Reverend Father T.K. Thomas, Chorepiscopa, for the inaugural address.
Glory be to the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever and ever. Amen. Good morning, everybody present here. It's with great pleasure and excitement that we gather here today to mark the beginning of this new initiative called PATHFINDERS. I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Aarti Gerald and each one of you as we embark on this journey of enabling all the youth to determine a successful future. The choice of a career is undeniably one of the most crucial decisions one makes in life. Sometimes such an important decision is often made quite early in the life of an individual and is sometimes made without giving much thought to it. A career should be chosen with utmost care, thought, and planning. Career guidance at right time plays an important role in helping the youth to meet their goals. I quote from the book Applied Psychology. Guidance may be defined as assisting the individual to prepare for his future life to fit him for his place in society. You are now in the right place to help resolve these issues and make meaningful decisions that can empower your future. As Christians, we seek the blessings of our Lord before starting a new job or a work. And we decide to live our lives in a way that is pleasing to the Lord. The Bible gives us instructions as to how we are to live our lives so as to be salt and light in this world, glorifying God with our lives. It gives us clear guidance regarding the moral choices we are to make as God's sons and daughters. But the Bible does not, however, give specific guidance about many types of life decisions. including making career choices. We could not find any detailed instructions on how to choose a career when confronted with multiple possibilities. Maybe because in those days, career choice was not an issue. Men usually went into the family business, whether fishing or sheep herding or carpentry or being a merchant. And women usually got married and had babies and were homemakers. Career making was not a burning issue of that times. Today, however, career decisions can seem overwhelming because of the sheer number of options that are available, more than at any other time in history. We long to make the right decision, the choice that proves to be good for us, and that is the one we believe God would have us make. So what can we do to make wise career decisions that are within the will of God for our lives? Although the Bible is not a manual on career planning and decision making, it does teach some important principles that can assist you in becoming a wise decision maker. These principles guided our own career planning as well as our career counseling as we seek to help others through the career decision making process. We are honored to have Dr. Arthi Gerald, who bring her unique insights and experiences to enrich this program. Throughout this journey, we encourage active participation, open dialogue, and the exchange of ideas. This program is not just about learning but also about forging connections and building a community that will continue to thrive beyond these sessions. I extend my gratitude to our MJOCism and OCM office bearers and the church managing committee who have planned and arranged this program. Your support has been instrumental in making this initiative a reality. As we begin, let us approach this program with an open mind, eagerness to learn, and a spirit of collaboration. Let us make the most of this opportunity to grow, share, and inspire one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Acha. The lighting of the lamp symbolizes knowledge, wisdom, and positivity. I now call upon our Vicar, Very Reverend Father T.K. Thomas Koropiscopa, our guest speaker, Dr. Arthi Gerald, Ms. Donna Marie Abraham, Secretary, St. Joseph Orthodox Syrian Church, MJOCSM OCYM, Deacon Melvin Rajan, Mr. Matthew Thomas, Trustee, and Mr. Thomas Phillips, Secretary, and Mr. Rebin Thomas to please come and light the lamp. I request everyone to kindly stand.
വെളിവും
I'd like to introduce our guest speaker. Dr. Aarti Gerald is a career mentor, college entry advisor, and student startup enthusiast. She has over 25 years of experience in the higher education space and is passionate about experiential learning. For over a decade, as a part of the Silicon Valley-based nonprofit, she has worked with leading academicians from institutes across the globe, such as Stanford, Columbia University, London Business School, and Babson, to adopt their best practices in entrepreneurship education. She has designed and delivered several student leadership programs, mentor development programs, and educator development courses offered to thousands of students and faculty in global geographies. Her deep understanding of the education system is developed economies makes most relevant for helping students to pursue their dreams of studying college abroad. She is the visionary founder of Tina USA and Immersion India, with a vision to institutionalize career readiness in youth through proven career mentoring practices from global academic communities. Having mentored several students to identify a meaningful career path, she finds it greatly satisfying to shape the future of youngsters. With a university rank to her credit, she holds a PhD in management and is certified by Stanford University's Entrepreneurship Educators Course and London Business School's Tools of Growth Mentor Program. Ma'am, it is an honor to have you amidst us today, and the stage is all yours.
Am I audible now? Yeah. So, a very good morning to everybody. Thank you very much, Father, for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to address you all. I'm seeing a lot of young, bright faces in the front row, and that's very encouraging. Thanks to Donna, who has been consistently following up with me for last 2 months to organize this session today. And it's a great pleasure for me to meet you all today. I would like to start with the workshop right away without, much ado. And I'll request for moving the mic below so that we'll get started with the session. Donna had told me that there is a mixed group of people, and the primary audience is high school students and middle school students. There are also young graduates, I understand, who are looking at going abroad to study. I have tailored my presentation to help you gain knowledge about the upcoming trends in career choices and career opportunities. Any other questions that you may have, we can discuss after I finish my workshop. And I would like you all to be very interactive, like Father was mentioning. We want this to be, something which will be very useful for you. A dialogue is most encouraged. Looking forward to rest of the session. So, before we start, I have a question. A question first for all the parents, right? What do you all aspire for your children in life? To be happy? Great. Then? I'm sure there are a lot of other things we all want for our children, right? So I would like more answers from parents. Like I told you, let's keep this interactive. What do you aspire for your children? So she said it was happiness. So what are the other things we want for our children? Sorry? I didn't hear. Did anybody say something? Other than happiness, what do we want? Success, great, yeah. Then? Achieve their dreams and goals, yes. Follow their passion. Respect in the society. Contributing to the society, yeah, that's beautiful, yes. Make them a good human being, yeah, absolutely. I think, we are a great group here, and these are all things that we should keep in mind when we start helping our children find their career path, right? So this was the question I was asking all of you until now. What do you aspire, right? So usually I have heard many people talk about material wealth, right? Then social status. This is the stereotype way of, looking at things. I have also in many workshops when I interact with parents, there are different kinds of parents, right? And I have heard some of these pointers as well as what they're looking for their children. Stability and security in life, they always look for it. If any of you don't agree with some of the points that we have here, let's discuss that too, right? If you have any vehement disagreement to what is being shown here. The most important, I think, for today's generation that we should have is work-life balance. It's like even when Father was talking about how career choices were made in the earlier days, right, in olden days, and to now, the biggest difference is about work-life balance. There wasn't anything called stress 30 years back or 20 years back. But today's children are getting into an environment filled with, challenges and stress, right? So that's something we all should definitely remember in life. And the most important thing I feel is necessary that we should have for every child is their personal satisfaction. And I think in the beginning of this, the MC spoke about Confucius and how, if you don't have to think of your work as work every day, it is not going to be hard, right? The personal satisfaction is very, very important. And the most important factor is your self-worth being preserved and your identity being preserved. You have to find meaning and purpose in life so you're able to actually also contribute to the society, which one of the parents was talking about. So next question is, what do you want your child to be? I will ask the children what you want to be, first the parents, okay? Let me just go. These are the common things, right? Engineer, doctor, lawyer, right? Entrepreneur, right? Any other thoughts, any other parents having any other options other than the common ones that are there here? I didn't get any responses. Teacher, great. Any other? Nothing? Okay, now the children. What do you all want to be? You're smiling a lot. What's your name? Huh? You come here and talk. Come. 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 So, which class are you in? 10th standard. Great. So, we take this. So, let's have this. This is going to be very helpful. Let's go around. Yeah. So, tell me, what is your dream? What do you want to be?
Something into research.
Something in research. Great. When you were very young, when you were 7 years old, what did you want to be?
Doctor.
You want to be a doctor, and now you want to become a researcher, right? Things evolved.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't want to be a doctor anymore.
You don't want to be a doctor anymore? What made you think that?
My brother's studying for MBBS.
Your brothers, so your brother showed you the path of how hard it is. Okay, good. But research is also very interesting and a hard path. So you went, slightly different. Good. It's good to actually evaluate what you want. I think you took work-life balance into account, right? And the time that you take for that path. See, I think for us in India, there are huge aspirations. Huge aspirations usually for parents usually, and many times irrespective of whether the child wants to pursue medicine or not, or pursue engineering or not, they are always pushed towards NEET preparation or the JEE preparation, right? And like when we started discussing about this career guidance workshop, Donna told me, ma'am, can you actually talk about anything beyond medicine and engineering with our church members? And I said, wow, that's a great, thought. And that's what exactly I was anyway going to do, because that's what we do in our career awareness and career guidance workshops. I want to actually sensitize the youth about the other numerous opportunities that exist in front of us today, right? Let's look at, engineering itself. The whole thing of why I'm saying what I'm saying, right? So these are all some numbers you're seeing there. How many engineers graduate? Where do they go? And some of them, don't continue, or many of them don't continue in the technology field itself. And many become software professionals because in our country we find that as the most, lucrative profession. And it kind of attracts many people as a magnet. You're going and sitting in an AC room, just coding on your computer, and you also get opportunity to fly around the world. So that seems as a very, attractive thing. See, if you really are passionate and you enjoy that, then it is something for you. Not necessarily it has to be a one-size-fits-all approach, right? And what we should also remember is which university you're going to, what kind of engineering you're studying. All that really matters. There's a problem, right? Is this better? No, right? Yeah, is this better? Okay. So many of them end up in working in call centers. I know so many students because I think when they introduced me, they were talking about how I have worked with a lot of colleges and many youngsters, right, for more than 20 years. So we understand the trends and actually what happens, right? In colleges, they advertise the best pay package. They are not talking about people who went and got recruited in call centers. And they are not talking about some of the ugly truths of the industry, right? So what I say is you make an informed decision. It's not that everything out there is bad or engineering is bad, but make an informed decision. That's what I am driving towards. And also if you look at the engineering colleges, the quality of the colleges is very, very important. It's not about that you just have to have an engineering degree. Where you get that engineering degree versus if you even got a BCom from, Christ University, there's going to be a huge difference. Maybe the Christ University graduate is earning more than an average engineering college student, right? So these are things you should bear in mind rather than going with a herd mentality. And like I said, engineering and medicine are not the only high-paying jobs, right? I'm just giving you a quick glimpse of the general pay packages of various other careers in India, right? A lawyer, commercial pilot, management professionals, doctors, management consultants, civil services, chartered accountants, merchant navy, company secretary, computer science engineering. You can see they're all comparable, and that is not, maybe in the beginning when you go into something like software, your early days, your pay packet may be high. But in the other careers, as you gain experience, you will still be able to make the same amount of money 5 or 10 years later. And there will be significant growth in software once you get into especially something like quality testing, or if you just get into something like business process outsourcing, there isn't going to be much growth. The initial days are going to be rosy, but thereafter it's not. So that's something we should remember. So there are other things as well, a lot of other careers, right? Some unique careers, right? Healthcare consulting, fashion designing. Healthcare is a huge field today. Then you talk about journalism, visual merchandising, even wine tasting, ethical hacking, wellness consultancy. All these people are actually making money. Today, one biggest advantage is anybody, if you are good at what you are doing, you will be able to make a living out of it. That is the advantage. 20 years back, it was not possible, right? Today, social media is giving people so many jobs and opportunities. We never imagined that was possible, right? So, this is a question again for parents. Have you ever thought about these kind of jobs for your children? And children, you yourself, have you thought about these kind of jobs? VFX artist, I think that's become very common now, right? But still, always parents, when they come to me, say, ma'am, he wants to do, VFX design, UX, UI design is good, graphic designing is good, but do you think he'll be able to find a job? Will he be able to establish himself in the long run? Will he be able to support himself? These are kind of questions I receive from parents. It's a small niche group. I wouldn't say that there are equal number of VFX designers today as many as engineers. But I think it all depends upon your fundamental capabilities, your interest, and your passion. Environment is a huge, field today, upcoming field. And if you also look at 3D designing, that is another field as well. 3D printing is becoming a field by itself. Like we never ever thought 3D printing could be a field, right? So my question to you all is, did some of these jobs sound new to you? Anybody? How many of you found some of these jobs new? Hands up. Okay, yeah, yes. So there are a few, right? Why are these jobs sounding new to us? That is because actually, jobs in various sectors are impacted due to globalization, demographic changes, our own lifestyles, how our culture is actually shaping, and adoption of exponential technologies by Indian industries themselves, right? And the extent of the impact varies. For example, in IT, it is always high because the technology is very short-lived there, right? You have a version 1 today and a version 12 in 12 months. And it's low for, fields like textiles and apparels, but there is always a difference, right? And in the future, how are these jobs going to be impacted? New jobs are constantly created. Some jobs will require new skills that none of us have today. And some of the jobs may cease to exist. So I think there is a lot of, what would I say, negative influence about ChatGPT, right? And how AI and ChatGPT are going to be influencing the jobs. I will get to a little bit into that as well, whether it is true, how should we take it on and understand. As people, you are tomorrow's workforce. So how should you prepare yourself for that? Let's delve a little into that. So the workforce, this is how it's going to look in the near future. It's going to be, 9% or 10% would definitely be in jobs that do not exist today. You would be, 37% would be deployed in jobs that require completely different skill sets. And 54% will fall under unchanged job categories. So did you notice that 50% job unchanged category? So it's not like technology has usurped everything and everything is actually gone, out of control. It's not true. So if you are smart enough to equip yourself in the right way, you will be able to succeed in anything you take up. And we should not be continuously also rooted in the past, right? We should I think our culture and our tradition has a huge impact on our lives always, but we should also be smart enough to adapt ourselves to the surroundings and how the world is moving forward. And this is what is happening around us. What are the trends? I know for sure data sciences, bioinformatics, even Donna was saying she's going to do her master's in bioinformatics. So these are all quickly catching on, and parents are like, okay, can I ask my child to study artificial intelligence? So that buzzwords are catching on, right? But other than that, do you think general service providing jobs are not going to change? They are always going to be there. You are going to need managers, you are going to need teachers, you are going to need psychologists. Those things don't change. Those will remain. And, software obviously always been, leading the Indian job trends, right? Job market trends. Sales and marketing as a service is always required. Those things will still exist. So this kind of, thinking like if I'm not into a tech industry and I'm inferior is also not the right kind of mindset. So next to engineering and next to medicine is being in software. That is the hype that is ruling our country. But there are a lot more things. In fact, in agriculture, there are so many opportunities today. If everybody is going to ignore agriculture, then I don't think we'll have food on our table. And it's definitely, when you look at engineering, it is obviously that it's not civil or mechanical engineering anymore. How many civil or mechanical engineers here? Don't lose heart. I think you can actually still find your way. Those are the most, fundamental stream in engineering. How to actually leverage your foundation knowledge and move forward is important, right? But what I'm saying is it's not only that anymore. And just having a degree in engineering does not give you job security going forward. And in 2050, or in fact actually 2040, we are going to be losing almost 63 million jobs to automation across industries in India alone, right? There are a few other jobs that don't exist which are going to come through, right? So I want one among the kids to come and read what is here. Stand up and read, come. Who is going to come forward? You want me to pick? Come. What's your name? Come here and tell.
Ria.
Ria, okay.
Organizational disruptor, personal education guide, custom body part manufacturer, brain implant specialist, personal microbiome manager, pharmaceutical artisan, urban security coordinator, hyper-intelligent transportation engineer, cyborg designer, space tourism guide, mind transfer specialist.
Okay, so what do you think when you read all this? What do you think when you read all this?
It's all new.
It's all new, and then? First, topmost thought. Anybody else, what do you think when you hear all these terms? Does it even seem impossible? You think, oh, I think, no, this ma'am is like just spinning tales, right? Do you feel that? No? You think this is possible? Yeah, it is possible. Because if you look at even just in medicine itself, right, we always think only about doctors. But there are so many opportunities for people like biomedical engineers. In fact, the person who fixes the pacemaker would be a biomedical engineer, not the doctor in the patient, right? So there are so many such things, nuances, which we are not aware of, and therefore we tend to gravitate towards the general population and their demands. So I want to actually, ask you all a question. I want more participation from the children, right? Children includes undergrads also, okay? All the students basically. What do you all think is going to be the last job on earth? Louder? Agriculture. That's very scary, no? Yeah. Sorry? Evacuation. Evacuation from where?
From Mars.
Oh, evacuation from Mars. Wow, that's really interesting. Yeah. Anything else? Huh? Photographer? Okay. Photographer, okay. Anything else? Okay, I want to play a video for all of you. Did somebody say something? What is it?
Rocket scientist.
Rocket scientist, okay. No, I think we will still need somebody to go to the space. No, the whole earth will be filled, right? Okay. Let's play this video. Actor, doctor, teacher, chef. Okay? If there are only these 4 jobs are going to be there, how many of you are going to be actors? Put your hand up. 1, 2, that's all. Okay, remember the actors, okay? Doctors. How many are going to be doctors? Okay. 3. Okay. 2 actors, 3 doctors. Keep count. Teacher. Only 1 teacher? 2, 3, 4. Okay. Chef. Oh, a lot of people. All right. Okay. Now tell me, what are rest of you going to do? Because there are only 4 jobs. What are you all going to do? Jobless? Huh? Sorry? What is it? Rinku, what did they say? You were laughing as well, right? He doesn't want to do a job. Okay, that's a good perspective. All right, all right. Okay, so this is just a thought exercise for you. Now I want to show you a video and then we will have a little bit of a discussion around that. Yeah. What are your thoughts after watching that? I want the little ones to tell me something about this. Come here. What did you feel after seeing this?
That machines might do most of the things in the earth.
Okay. And what does it make you feel? For all you know, when you grow, it's going to be like that, right? Everywhere machines. So what do you want to do? No? So, if you have to find a job for yourself, what will you do?
I will look what all jobs are there at that time and select.
What are the jobs available that time and then study? Very good. Good job. Thanks for coming out. What's your name? Adarsh. Very nice, Adarsh. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Any topmost thoughts? Yeah? What is it? Come and talk. Come and share. Yes, come. I want to know what's going on all your mind.
Mechanical engineer.
Yeah, foundation, right? Yeah, so you'll be able to fix anything. You'll still have the abilities. Good, good. Thanks. What's your name? Joel. Thanks, Joel. So, since we are talking about a lot about the future, there are some more emerging jobs we want to talk. I spoke about jobs that don't exist earlier, and the upcoming trends, but some emerging job roles, right? Other than the data science and artificial intelligence and engineers, right? There are some more, jobs which are emerging, such as credit analysts. Everything, right, is going digitized in finance. So there is a lot of financial analysts, financial service providers, and experts that are required. So finance is a huge field. Cyber security is a very, very huge field because there's a lot of crimes happening, right? Cyber crimes. Then robotics is really, a huge field that's upcoming. Even in surgery, doctors have started using robotics, right? Digital imaging, information security, cloud architecture. Cloud architecture has been there, but it's emerging stronger. Automobile analytics, right? Is there something like automobile analytics that you ever heard? And then e-textiles specialist. So there are a lot of technology that is involved in every field. That is something that we should remember. But amongst all of this, I really want to draw your attention to that human centrality always holds good, right? Any job that is going to require the human touch, it's going to be here always. Whatever ChatGPT, whatever artificial intelligence, machine learning, everything happens, I'm very strongly believing that the human centrality will hold good. That's what research also indicates, right? If you look at people such as service providers, and then you have content creators and managers. Two big categories. I'm not categorizing into engineering, I'm not categorizing into medicine, I'm not categorizing into finance or literature, teaching. Look at whether that job is coming under a service providing category or management and content creation category. These two are value creators, right? You definitely need teachers. As much as online teaching is going on, students have not been able to cope after COVID, right? So there is a huge learning lacuna that is developed. And, health fitness professionals, your hospitality professionals, legal professionals, teachers, fashion professionals, right? All the personal appearance grooming professionals, they all will continue to exist, right? Machines can't do that for you. It's going to take a much longer time for that stage to come, whatever I showed in the video to happen. And another very, very important thing is artistic capabilities. How many artists in this crowd? Are there any? Oh, cute. Then, nice. Yeah, so I somehow feel because of that, excessive focus on engineering and medicine preparation, sports and, arts and performing arts are also not given adequate importance these days. But there are many, many opportunities in each of these fields, right? Digital artists are most sought after now. Engineers, entertainers, entrepreneurs, curators, librarians, social science professionals, natural science professionals, laboratory technologies, all of this are here to stay. We need somebody to interpret and somebody to give you that human interface So the human centrality will always hold good. So all of these have opportunities, and whatever is your fundamental core competency, your interest, your family background, your aspiration, based on all of this, we can help you identify the best path, right? And that's what I have been spending, almost 2 decades of my career in, helping students find the right career path. So some fast emerging job sectors are also here. Those of you who are just passing out shortly should definitely look at these things. Infrastructure, life sciences and healthcare, retail. Retail is a huge industry. You're always going to have opportunities. Advanced engineering, manufacturing, automotive industry, because always you need vehicles, we need transportation. That is not going to change. Textiles, we always need clothes. Energy, clean energy and sustainable energy is a big field, upcoming field. Then banking, finance, insurance, legal, also education, and then entertainment is a huge industry in our country, right? So that also is going to be here. And then robotics and big data. So these are all the fast emerging sectors for immediate relevance for all of us. And the most important, whatever job you take up, this is what you need. This is what, employers seek. Employers want technical skills. Whatever field you are, you need technology, right? You need to equip yourself. The next thing is the 2 top skills. You should be a creative thinker today. You have to be someone who learns about technology and a creative thinker. These are the key things that you need when you go in front of employers, right? Those of you who are about to pass out or already passed out, you need to actually hone your soft skills. That's very, very important. And, the technical skills, machine learning, cloud architecture, blockchain, and deep learning, all these things you just have to at least skim through and learn things on the surface. The next thing is you should actually have those power skills, what they call as power skills. Business model innovation. Like everywhere they expect you not to just do the job that has been given to you, but to innovate and contribute to the organization you're working in. Inclusive leadership. You need to be an inclusive leader. You need to be able to collaborate. You need to take people along with you. Critical thinking and problem solving is another huge skill that you should continuously work on building. It's not about only good marks, it's about all of these things as well that you need to go forward. Academics is not going to be the only focus. That's also something you should remember. If academics without these skill sets is not going to help. Digital leadership, digital transformation, agile project management, each of these things are like buzzwords today in industry and in the corporate world, and you need to familiarize yourself with what these mean and equip yourself. So the other technological things that we all, I think because of, social media, all of us are quite familiar with all of these things, right? Social and mobile technologies, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotics, and big data and cloud. I also mentioned it quite a few times. You saw it in different trends. So this is something that you should remember, that whatever job you're doing, this might come into your job, in your area. Somewhere you will have to apply this. Somewhere you have to use this, right? And of course, now it's the latest, fad is the blockchains, NFTs, metaverse, artificial intelligence and machine learning. These are the technologies that's dominating currently, right? And then I actually wanted to jump a little into the opportunities in study abroad, because Donna suggested I have to touch upon that because some of you may be interested. How many of you have actually thought about studying abroad? Okay, so, one important thing is the number of people who are studying abroad is consistently increasing. And that is another area I've worked extensively, and I continue to work and support students. We offer long-term mentoring programs to help students build their career path. And I also work towards helping people reach the right country and the right university, right? That has to be done very smartly. There are a lot of education consulting firms who are university recruiters, which place the students without considering the students, best fit for the program or the country, right? They do it more like a, task. I think it has to be done with more deeper understanding of what is the student's competency, students' long-term goals, what are the future prospects, and also, of course, their own learning abilities and profile. And, lot of people from India and China are studying abroad nowadays. And the middle class in emerging economies has begun to aspire for more quality education, wider opportunities, and the popular destination for tertiary education is increasing. People are going to, in fact, actually this year I have actually helped students go to, young undergraduate students, people who are going to pursue undergraduation, go to Italy, go to Japan. Japan is going to go to study economics, so that particular student is so deeply engrossed in Japanese culture. So he wanted to go and immerse himself in that thing. So he went. So it depends upon, what is the student's need and the student's capabilities and the family's background and the affordability also, right? So the drive to build knowledge-based economies is influencing all of this. And India ranks number 2 when it comes to students going abroad to study, right? One is because, say, for example, what happens, I usually have a lot of students come to us saying that, can you help us, we didn't get the right score in NEET or the right score in JEE, now I still want to study engineering, can I try, somewhere outside, and that often happens. And also, the kind of courses you can do there, you can actually study engineering and also do violin as a major. You can study, engineering and you can study management alongside. There are like lot of fast track dual degree courses, and all those opportunities are still yet to come to India. So students prefer these kind of things. So it depends upon your preference, and if sometimes students have multiple interests, like that I know a student who wants to pursue theatre and wants to study math. So we are helping him find a program where he can do both, right? So those things are possible. And that is why there is this, intention. Those days, I think when people were going abroad, it was mainly, for prestige, right? A lot of people are doing that. But now people are going seeking knowledge and newer opportunities and better opportunities. And the research part particularly. So if you are looking at research, you should go abroad. You have plenty of opportunities and bring those technologies to India. And the key destinations are US, Canada, UK, Australia, other than the other European countries which are also becoming popular. And then the STEM courses, right? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Those are the preferred fields always when people are going outside. And more Indians continue to study abroad, in the next few years as well. It's increasing. The trend is increasing. I'm noticing it year on year. Okay. Now, before I switch to the last part and then get to the Q&A, I have some, questions for you. How many of you have decided this is the career path I am going to pursue? Already. How many of you have decided? Yeah. Okay, how many of you? Okay, 1, 2, all right. How many of you are not sure and you think I actually don't know how to do it? Okay, you still have time. That's good. Okay. What about the rest? The in-between crowd is always there. What is happening there? You think it's not relevant, the question? And this side, I didn't see any hands go up for anything. Huh? No? No, I want answers from here. Each of you, have you decided? I want yes or no. Let's go around. Tell me, row by row, this side. Have you already decided what you want to study? Do you know how to decide? Do you know how to decide? No? Huh? That is the problem. Oh, so you have to tell that you have a problem, right? And there can be a solution for the problem. All right. So, see, there is a career path assessment tool, okay, which we have developed with a lot of research with professors from NIM hands, and it is a combination of psychometric aptitude as well as taking into account the student's basic brain profile and potential, their intelligence quotient, physical quotient, social quotient, their interest most importantly. You take all of that into account, and when you try to do this, it's a very simple test. It can be done from 7th grade onwards, right? What it allows you to do is it helps you understand what are your top skill sets. So in this particular case, numerical aptitude, discipline, and leadership are top traits of the student. There are 10 career groups that have been identified for that student. From the 10 group of careers, you will be able to understand what is the best fit for you within that. And you don't have to decide if you are in the early stages of your career, or rather in a school, you don't have to decide then and there. You use this to inform yourself about how you can improve yourself, and also what are your competencies and what are your areas for improvement. This student is not so good in his emotional intelligence and his performing arts. Children this age will be definitely needing that help. So that's why we actually have a curriculum which is focused on the social emotional abilities of students, and we use it to build career awareness and career readiness in the students when we mentor the students who come to us for support for career path guidance, right? And if you look at that part, right? Skill-based options, interest-based options, taking your interest and your skills together, what will be the best career path for you? What will be the best stream choice for you also? If before going to 11th grade, what should you choose? And even early on, you can actually direct your strengths towards something where you know that you are really good at, right? Often, parents tell us, wow, this is such a great, insightful report, and it talks exactly about what my child is. And I know these things inherently. I didn't know to put it together like this. That is one thing. One is they are saying that it is their reflection of their persona that comes out. The next thing is, actually, what we do is take the average skill set of somebody who is already in that job, and you take the student skill sets and you superimpose it to see whether this person is the right fit. That is the methodology used. This also uses deep learning, AI and ML as an algorithm. It helps to match you against so many professionals who have taken this test and your average skill sets that are required to succeed in that career, and tells you whether you are a good fit or not. So the pink is the average performer in something like a computer and IT professional. The blue is the student's skill sets. Similarly, in that, we're looking at engineering advanced sciences. That is, the blue is the student, the pink is the average performers. And you will also know how you are doing against thousands of people in your age group who also already taken this test, and how you are against the population. So always there is this fear of missing out. Is my child not doing well enough as my neighbor's child or my cousin's child? Are we doing enough? Is the child on the right track? All these problems were not there 20 years back for parents. It was not there. So much of competition was not there. So much of peer pressure was not there. So, right? What I say is every child is unique. Every child has potential. Every child can be nurtured. And that's what each of these tools help us do. Understand the child's potential first, then guide them towards what they are the best fit for, right? And with that, I would, leave you for questions. So Immersion is a very visionary platform. I'm myself calling it visionary because in India, we don't have an opportunity for high school children to get internships and projects in the real world, right? They usually make career decisions on the basis of what neighbor says, what school counselor says, what, your parents say, right? Or what is the general trends. So what I'm saying is, other than the career path assessment and things like that, choose 3 top career options from the career path thing. Immerse yourself in that field under the guidance of an industry mentor who belongs from that particular industry. Understand what the field really gives you, and then make your career choice, right? So Immersion is a resource platform which is exclusively for high school children and college students to gain real world experiences. And we curate it for each student's need. It is not like run-of-the-mill cookie cutter programs. And for every domain we have programs, and also we have, how we do this is we have more than 100 industry mentors from across the globe who are actually supporting our students to gain this real world experience and that particular field experience. Right? So that is the model that we follow. If you are interested in more details or anything, I'm happy to share information later. Donna can also share my contacts. You could actually make note of this as well. If you need anything more, you could reach out. Right? And before going to Q&A, I just want to show one more short video for you to just internalize how our programs can actually help students, meaning why career mentoring is important and how career path guidance can be made, to put to good use and taken advantage of. Right? Thank you so much, and I'm open to questions after this video.
As a ninth grader, I was very, very confused about my career pathway. I had so many different ideas. As a person, I have so many diverse interests, and it was very difficult for me to mold this or put this together into one particular career and fix it. I was not a person with a particular ambition, but rather a person who liked science, who liked history, and who liked to work with people, and who liked to work for their community. And I think the work with immersion has really enabled me to understand myself, understand how I can put all of these diverse interests of mine into one particular career, and how I can explore different college courses and figure out a way in which I can pursue all of my interests and still be able to do what I love to do. Be able to create a career goal which not only is financially appropriate for me, but also something that I can wake up every day to go and do with full love and happiness and excitement.
I now invite Ms. Donna for the vote of thanks.
So as we conclude this enlightening career guidance workshop, I would like to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who have contributed to making this event a resounding success. To our distinguished speaker, Dr. Aarti Jarol, your insights and expertise has provided invaluable guidance to our participants. Your willingness to share your knowledge has undoubtedly ignited a sense of direction and purpose in the minds of those seeking clarity about their career paths. Now, I would request Very Reverend Father T.K. Thomas Scopa to give a token of love to our speaker. Give a big round of applause to our distinguished speaker. Okay, I would like to express our gratitude to Very Reverend Father T.K. Thomas Core Episcopa, Secretary Mr. Thomas Phillip, and Trustee of our church Mr. Matthew Thomas, Managing Committee members Mr. Rebin Thomas, Treasurer of MGOCism and OCYM, MGOCism and OCYM committee members and members, spiritual organizations, MMVS, Prarthana Yogam, Sunday school teachers and students, choir members, our MC, Riona. Your hard work ensured that the workshop had ran smoothly, allowing our participants to fully immerse themselves in the learning process. Last but not the least, our participants. Your eagerness have truly made this workshop a wonderful learning experience. Your presence here today underscores your commitment to investing in your future. We are grateful to Ajinora and all our sponsors whose support has been instrumental in bringing this workshop to fruition. Your belief in the importance of career guidance and education is greatly appreciated. We would also like to thank Mr. Bijoy, Mr. Sibi, and Mr. Manoj, and a special thanks to our caretaker, Mr. Nitin. Thank you all once again for being a part of this remarkable career guidance workshop. Here's to the bright futures that await us all. Now, I request our Vicar, Very Reverend Father T.K. Thomas Core Episcopa to lead us with a closing prayer, followed by our lunch.
Barakamo. The name of Triune God. In the beginning was Word, Word was with God, and Word was God. God, give us the wisdom to understand the career path in our future. Give us the enormous wisdom to understand our strength and weakness so that we may be lightened in this world by your grace. God, help us to take the right decisions at the right time with your powerful intercession of Saint Mary, Mother of all, Saint Mary, all the saints, and our patron father, Saint Joseph. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, we request your earnest prayers and refuge and strength forever. Amen.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive our debts and sins, as we have forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. May the love of God Father and the grace and of our only begotten Son and communion and indwelling of the Holy Spirit be with us all forever and ever. Amen.